Hey everyone, it's Veronica here from Vintage Meet Modern, and we are going to be covering a special topic tonight, which is a question that I frequently get asked, which is, how do you gift vintage? So a lot of people often frequently say, I would really like to give somebody a piece of vintage, but what I don't know is I'm not really quite sure if they would understand what it is, and would they feel weird if they were getting something that was vintage versus something that was brand new from a store that they could return. And what I wanted to tell you about is there's lots of really, really great reasons to gift vintage. Mother's Day is exactly 1 week from today, and I gotta tell you something. Moms do not just want candy. Moms just do not want flowers. Moms want memories, and they want to spend time with you. And this is appropriate not just for moms, but we're coming into a season where people really, truly love to give gifts. And vintage jewelry especially, makes a really memorable, really special gift for women of all ages. It makes a great graduation present for somebody who might be graduating 8th grade, high school, college, or maybe even a special degree. It makes a great gift for a bride who might be getting ready to celebrate her big day because we're coming into wedding season. It's a great time of year to give somebody like your mom or somebody special something piece. And vintage is a really, really chic gift to give to your friends who just absolutely have everything. And so when you have experiences with other places, other than places like Vintage Meet Modern, you really don't know what you're gonna get. But for here, we're gonna give you some really great tips and tricks on how to pick a perfect piece from our website and why you can always feel not guilty, but feel absolutely wonderful about giving a wonderful gift from Vintage Meet Modern. For one thing, all of our pieces come wrapped in a really, truly lovely gift box. And all of our pieces come with our signature gift tag, which is our Vintage Meet Modern Styling Society logo. It is the girl with the turquoise silhouette, which is a throwback, or I guess you could say that it's representative of my love of silhouettes, which is something that goes all the way back as far as my childhood. We actually gave my mother a silhouette of ourselves when we were kindergartners in that traditional black and white that we gave for Mother's Day, and she always had it hung up. So when I wanted to come up with a logo for Vintage Meet Modern, I wanted something that was reminiscent of that vintage and that memory that she had held so near and dear to hers for years. But I wanted it to be updated, modern. I wanted it to feel fun and festive. Turquoise is my birthstone, but turquoise is also the color of friendship. And so I wanted her to be a symbol of something that was friendly and happy and something that we could celebrate having a relationship with each other. So that is definitely 100% the reason for the girl with the turquoise silhouette. And of course, everything on the back always says, enjoy your one-of-a-kind vintage find. And also, we will go ahead and we will write the information as to why this piece is special so that you can either keep it tucked away with your own treasures, or when you gift a piece of vintage from Vintage Meet Modern, somebody who is maybe new to collecting will certainly know why it's special. Another thing that's really great is all of our pieces tell a history. And if you notice tonight when I sat down here, I had a brooch on my sweater. And one of the things that I love to tell people that is so wonderful about truly gifting vintage is that brooches are perfect. They make such a great gift because they literally fit everyone. It's even different than earrings or rings or necklaces or bracelets. You don't need to know someone's size to know that a brooch is going to fit them. And all of these are sparkly and they're special and they look beautiful together. They look nice apart. For example, this one that we have here with the molded and the pressed glass has got pearls. So something like this is perfect because you can wear it with your already existing pearl jewelry, or it can complement other pieces that you might have. And again, what's nice is that these are actually all pieces that you can't just walk into any store and find. And you get the added benefit of knowing that everything is going to be wrapped very lovely. And there's many different ways that you can really put together a wow presentation when it comes to doing something like gifting a brooch. So here are a couple of my other suggestions as to how to turn something that is like this into a really, truly special, memorable gift for someone who you love. And you could pick really any piece, but I'm going to focus a little bit on brooches tonight. So one thing that we can do is, if you have someone in your life who absolutely loves jewelry, I love to be able to give a book that's like this. This book is called How to Wear Jewelry 55 Styles, and it has got all kinds of pictures in it and suggestions. You know, if we want to go back over here, if you want to take a look overhead, it has all different kind of suggestions. It even says here, brooches and pins are the hardest working piece of jewelry. These bijoux are not only beautiful embellishments, but also markers of club, society, historical barriers of lineage, and functional pieces that hold garments together with styles. And it even has the definition of the different kinds of brooches and the most common ones, and it even gives some suggestions on how to wear them. I love being able to give somebody like this something like this, because you can literally fit this, and then you can maybe even wrap it up and then tie the brooch to the top, or if you had a pair of earrings or a necklace or something like that. This has got all kinds of different suggestions in it. We'll put a blog post up and we'll put a link to this book as well as some of my other favorites that make a great gift idea for someone who is just really, really into jewelry, or maybe really loves jewelry but hasn't really explored all the different types that there are and how to wear them. But this is definitely one of my favorites. Let's take another example and another look on how you can so easily win mom over very nicely, or give a gift to a friend or a girlfriend or a coworker who's celebrating something special. How about celebrating with a bottle of wine, and how about tying a vintage handkerchief to it and then adding a brooch to the top of it? This is a little bit more unique than just going out and grabbing a gift bag that you could get. That's great too, but this is nice because you can use this to celebrate. It makes a great hostess gift, but then also afterwards this comes off, and then, for example, you know, you've got yourself a great brooch, or you get yourself a handkerchief. And even that, I love being able to do different things with these types of things. This is a leather flower brooch that has real freshwater pearls inside of it. This is something that's also available at Vintage Meet Modern. This is one of a kind. This has a very couture, high-end feel with it, very Chanel. And again, it's got that sort of soft pink feminine color that we love to give to other people. But we also, it makes a really great and special way to adorn either a bottle of wine, or you can tie this again to a top of a package, maybe a scarf or things like that. And this makes a really nice presentation that once the bottle of wine or box of candy is gone, you'll have the brooch forever to be able to wear over and over again. So that is another really great idea. Another one that is so easy and is really simple to find is that, you know, we can find these sort of little trinket dishes, all kinds of different places. This one, if we go over, this one says enjoy the little things. It's always really nice that, you know, people love to be able to put things like this next to their bedside table. You know, you can put a brooch on it. You know, at the end of the day, when you take your jewelry off, it's a place to collect your earrings. You can put this right on the sink if you take your rings off, those types of things while you wash dishes. It's always nice to be able to have a little reminder. And again, it makes a nice presentation if you have the jewelry itself, but it makes a really, really special presentation, for example, if you get the little sort of trinket dish or the jewelry box holder or those types of things, and then you put a vintage brooch or a necklace or something like that with it. It's something that's really super memorable. It's functional. It's a great presentation. And again, it's thinking outside of the box of something that's just candy or flowers or something that they're going to just be able to use once and then not have again forever. So let's talk about something else though that I know and I love, and let's talk about how you can get your kids involved in giving a really simple, easy gift to mom, grandma, maybe even a teacher gift. These are so inexpensive and fun. We have done a blog post on these many times, but we have these super cute ring cones. And I gotta tell you, we made these with our kids and they maybe took like less than 20 minutes to do. You can order these really simple little ring cones off of Amazon or off of a craft supply. These are just some acrylic paints. You could do it in any kind of color you want. And literally we just used a piece of painting tape and then the kids put a free form color behind it. And then it's perfect because it is a little ring holder. The rings just pop right on and right off of it. It's great because you can display it on your dresser, or you can put it next to things. It has a minimalist vibe to it, but I really love the fact that even little hands can get involved in making these. And if you love rings, what's great about being able to shop and find rings from Vintage Meet Modern is many of the rings that we have are actually adjustable. So if you don't know the ring size, or maybe if you're dealing with somebody who has their hands that go up and go down a little bit, adjustable vintage rings are great because you don't need to know somebody's exact size for them to be able to enjoy that wow presentation that goes along with them. So this is another really great, simple, easy way to gift vintage at this time of the year. And the presentation of being able to put it all together, if you get the box and you make the ring cone, you make a couple different ones, it's real super simple and easy. And then again, like I said, this is a great one that you can so easily do with your kids. It makes it that much more special, like I said, if you're giving it as a teacher gift, or maybe to a special aunt or godmother, or to grandma, or just that little super special person. And these are so inexpensive to make. And the presentation just goes for miles. It's going to set you apart from everyone else. So let's talk about doing something though that is really super sentimental though. This is another really great idea. I love that if you have access to the people who you love in your life, look at this beautiful woman, it's my grandmother. It is really, really nice that if you have somebody who is special to you, it's a great way for you to be able to gift them a piece of vintage, for example, with a photo of somebody who you love. It makes a really nice presentation. In this picture, my grandmother actually has on a pearl necklace, but for example, this is a very dainty necklace that has got tiger eye beads, the same way that's a little bit similar to the necklace that my grandmother has on. It'd be nice that if you were introducing somebody to a new collection, to be able to find some pictures of your loved ones and to be able to give them an authentic vintage piece. It's like being able to be part of their past and to have part of their legacy live on. And it's really, really easier than you think. And things like this mean so much. I mean, here we have simple multi-strand pearl necklace that's on, and these are exactly the type of things that we carry at Vintage Meet Modern over and over again. But could you imagine giving a presentation to maybe somebody like a niece or a granddaughter, or somebody who is graduating high school or graduating college, giving them a picture of an important woman that it was part of their life that maybe that they knew for a short period of time, or maybe didn't know at all, but that importance of legacy and getting to own an authentic piece of vintage that goes along with it is a really, really, truly great idea. I have watched so many people do this for bridal showers and baby showers and things like that. And I'm telling you, when people see a picture of someone who is from their family, who they love and they adore, and they get to be a part of that, it's just such a special way to celebrate. And of course, we have pieces here from Vintage Meet Modern that, you know, span all throughout different kinds of decades and things like that. But, you know, don't feel that you wouldn't feel strange about maybe even taking something from your own jewelry box and then going ahead and then presenting it for someone who you love, and letting you pass on a piece of history from your own jewelry box with a picture of someone, or maybe even a picture of yourself from a different time in their life, and then letting them be able to have a piece of something that was from you being passed on to them, because that's the power of the memories that go along with Vintage Meet Modern. And also that real special connection of being able to, not only is this sustainable and chic and stylish and everything else, it's celebrating where we come from, and it's just really nice to be able to own a piece of that history. It's that much more powerful every time you go to put it on. Lastly, let's talk about somebody who is like our true full-blown jewelry loving gal. Another thing that I really love to do is, this is an example of a jewelry box that is actually from Michael's. This is a great piece that if you have someone in your life who is a true jewelry collector, it is nice to be able to give them a real wow presentation and maybe pick one piece to put in the box. You can go ahead and you can wrap it up. Like I said, going ahead and giving them a book, or maybe a book on a specific topic from vintage jewelry, or on jewelry collecting or jewelry wearing, are all really great ideas. things like this are really great because it's a really easy way. This is not too big. It's not too overwhelming. I actually personally use a box just like this to lay out my jewelry for the entire week with all the clothing that I'm going to wear. And I have a very large jewelry collection, but this will keep me organized and ready to go, as well as it protects the pieces at the same time. So I really hope that we gave you some inspirational ways to go ahead and gift vintage without you feeling strange like you're going to be giving something that is secondhand or something that somebody already had. You can always rest assured that when you shop with us at Vintage Meet Modern, that the presentation is always going to be as important as the piece that's inside of it, but never as important as you being the person who is giving it to someone else. We will go above and beyond to help you find that perfect piece for that special aunt, grandmother, granddaughter. We have helped many women find something for that something old, something borrowed, something blue. We have helped many young women start their collections. If you're part of the Vintage Meet Modern Styling Society, my own daughter has spoken about how that it's been fun to give vintage as gifts as well as to be able to receive it. But remember, one of the most special things besides putting together a creative presentation when you go ahead and you give these gifts is that you can feel really good about giving somebody something that is as unique as them. And I love that because you're not going to find things like this just anywhere. And that itself sets it apart from all of the other things. So I hope that this was helpful. I hope that this was practical, and I hope maybe you're inspired. If you can go ahead, if you loved this, please give us a like or a share. And of course, come and check out what's new at Vintage Meet Modern. With so many one-of-a-kind vintage finds, we are always having something new come in, and we're always adding to our collection every week. So we'd love for you to either join us in the Vintage Meet Modern Styling Society, where you can get more tips, tricks, and access to the collections before everyone else, or head on over to the Vintage Meet Modern website and see what's new. We promise we will help you find the perfect piece for someone that you love, or we'll help you find the perfect piece for you. So I hope you have an absolutely wonderful evening. Thank you so much for joining us. And don't forget, there's a lot of special occasions coming up. There's always a reason to gift vintage, and there's always a reason to gift Vintage Meet Modern to yourself as well. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart and the whole Vintage Meet Modern family, and we look forward to seeing you soon.